I'm Neil the Ref, and welcome to Blackheart Unleashed!
What's going on in my head? Why do I do this to myself?
Coming up tonight on Unleashed.
The Rumble is underway. Alongside MC2 again. I mean, you've got a lot of explaining to do, chucking yourself into a match, but we'll cross that bridge later on. As we see Menttum in the unfortunate spot of number one.
So it's always a bad spot, is number one. Always a bad spot. Lots of work to be done. He's spot number one.
Not just that, I mean, we've literally just seen him tackle the man mountain ANDREW JEPSON, obviously losing effort. But yeah, now he's got to clear the field as Menttum.
Very tall order.
Or does he?
Oh, come on now.
NRG tag team partner Hamzah Musoa draws number 2.
Do you think these two can actually go at it?
I mean, there's a number one contendership on the line. I would imagine these two would want to win that.
You would have thought so. Would friendship come into play with this one? No.
You don't want to see us wrestle, do you? No. What should we do? I don't want to fight.
Oh, yeah, you hear there Hamzah saying he doesn't want to fight Menttum.
Well, he's going to have to fight him, isn't he? He's got no choice. It's a rumble.
Let's start with a hug.
Oh dear.
I mean,
oh dear. In a rumble,
the bell sounds. Hamzah has just told Mo that he should probably just jump out.
What's going on here now? What's this?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
How would you play rock, paper, scissors?
I mean, Hamzah is a former referee. It makes sense that he doesn't know how to play rock, paper, scissors.
Well,
if you want to see a thumb wrestle, give me a hell yeah!
All right, we've upgraded to a thumb wrestle. So we might not be into the full-fledged wrestling as of yet, but I mean,
a thumb wrestling contest in a rumble. This is unheard of. What is going on here?
I mean, they don't want to fight each other. I suppose it makes sense, and I mean, let's just take it at face value. Menttum probably happy that he's not fighting right now. I mean, he went to war with JEPSON. About 20 minutes ago, as we're sat here right now. I mean,
I've been in a war as well.
I was just going to say, let's cross that bridge. You sticking yourself in matters at hand. So
I was needing my expertise, that's all. And plans are plans, and sometimes they go a bit away, but we'll regroup. But anyway, look what's going on here. Look at the action what's happening now.
Referee Leone is involved in this war. As far as I'm aware, he is only listed as an official in this match. I don't believe he's one of the entrants, but...
So if he loses, do we lose a referee? Is that how it happens?
I'm more concerned of what happens if he wins. Does he eliminate Hamzah and...
Number one contendership, here we come.
Yeah. Nearly. Hamzah nearly had a win there.
Oh my. Ooh, that was close.
Hamzah breaking it off. Mo got a nice little rest in there, but now NRG look like they're prepared for a fight.
Psyched up. Who's got draw number 3?
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3.
Oh. The man with all the luck.
TC's actually happy by the looks of it. These NRG are a little bit more in size. I mean, he's had to fight Sean only, ANDREW JEPSON, and he's just kicked for him, NRG.
Oh dear. I don't know what to say there.
I mean,
Poor TC thought he has all the good luck, doesn't he? Poor
he
lad.
does, but I mean, he sort of brought that on himself by explaining, oh yeah, these are more my height. The fact that they're a tag team and he's just trying to tackle them 1-on-2 and
Good improv there. Oh, now this is a match. This is a match right here. Bit of an arm wrestle.
feels like I'm watching Over the Edge all over again. So Hamzah beats Menttum, and now Momentum's changing the goalposts. That makes sense.
Whoa.
2 out of 3. Okay.
Here we go.
So I believe the gentleman's agreement is that the first to 2, the other one eliminates himself.
Oh, it's
Oh no, we're going in a tiebreaker.
Oh my. Anything could happen right now.
Seeing the implosion of NRG right now. I don't think we are, to be fair. These two clearly don't want to fight one another.
They find every other way to fight each other, which isn't actual wrestling so far.
Hamzah's already saying that he should throw motion for himself over.
You were a bad friend in my match.
Oh, hang on here. You weren't my friend in my match. Did you hear that?
I mean, the crowd has a point.
They certainly do.
Hamzah was nowhere to be seen in Momentum's match with Jepson.
Oh, now who's on number 4?
And entrant number 4.
Oh, now business is going to pick up.
TC eats a headbutt from Remus Caine, and Remus Caine is not afraid of NRG.
He certainly is. Not. Look at him. House on fire, taking them both down. Big boo.
Oh, on his shoulders. TKO. Remus Caine historically has had issues with Hamzah Musoa going back to March with the Unleashed tournament. But yeah, Remus Caine has all of a sudden, and maybe thankfully as well, let's be honest, has finally turned this Rumble into exactly what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. I mean, look at him just taking energy apart.
Right,
Both of them.
Hamzah.
Could Remus be taken out? No. Remus fighting back. Oof. Heavy shots there.
Yeah, heavy-handed blows from Remus Caine. maybe Remus Caine is somebody that you should get on your books. I mean, he's got all the tools, just needs a little bit of guidance. He's clearly a little bit crazy after the loss of Scully.
No, maybe the door's always open. Maybe some negotiations may happen. Watch this space, is all I can say.
Remus Caine is just smashed through NRG in short order here.
So that's taking firm control. Ooh, what a chop.
The second one, not as much zip on it, but turning his back for too long. In comes Menttum.
Oh!
Returns fire with a chop of his own.
But look at Remus, just look at his
I
face.
can't work out, has that fired Remus up, or is he just wincing from the pain?
I don't know, you know. Look at his face. He's... Crowd trying for one more time.
Massive overhand chop from Menttum.
Didn't I just making Remus more angry?
I'm gonna say I couldn't work out, and
Yeah.
a second or too slow there for Menttum to react. I think he was a little unsure of what was actually happening there. Beautiful suplex.
Remus is certainly fired back up after taking them shots.
Yo, Remus suplexing both members of NRG here.
CC Thor's still on the outside, on the ramp, nursing his wounds.
He has been super kicked and headbutted. So Majeikster trying to help TC up. That's a... Oh.
Oh, no dear.
maybe a little bit too much of a stiff shot on the back there from Majeikster to TC, bless him. But look who's ready to meet him in the centre of the ring, picking off this old rivalry where it left off.
Exactly, no love lost between these two.
Majeikster seemingly turned a bit of a corner, though, got rid of Remus Caine, and now he's set his sights firmly on you and your boys.
Oh, he should just concentrate on Remus, to be fair. Shouldn't watch. Look at him. Look at the idiot. Look at him.
That does explain a few things there.
Oh, my days. I do wonder sometimes.
I need to beat him, please. Give me a count. Go on.
What is going on here?
I mean, Hamzah going back to his roots as an old referee, bless him. He's a very good referee, to be fair, with Hamzah. Better wrestler. He's definitely a better wrestler, but he's a hell of a referee.
I dabbled in being referee, you know, now and again, it has been known.
As well as commentator, manager, wrestler, everything else.
But yeah, multitasker me, you know. Do anything.
Majeikster using NRG here as weapons against Remus Caine. NRG now returning. The favourite massive splash in the corner.
Now Remus looks wounded.
Another entrant on its way. NRG. Oh! Double super kick to a downed Callam Majeikster.
Who's next?
Entrant number 6.
Former Blackheart champion. In fact, the only two-time Blackheart wrestling champion, Ellis Barker. That's how good. I know from the entrance you do that. TC has managed to hold Barker's gas mask, and that's about it.
Oh!
Beautiful roundhouse from Ellis Barker. Taking the fight to NRG. He's all about that #1 contendership with Barker. No friends in this one.
Exactly. Look out for #1. It's the only thing you can do in this type of match.
Brain Buster.
Back on his shot, looking for a brainbuster, missing.
Oh, he did miss that.
With a wonderful roundhouse, but Remus Caine lurking in the background.
Taking full advantage. Trying to get Ellis out now. He's too fresh, way too fresh.
Yet to see an elimination in this match so far. TC's not actually managed to get in the ring as of yet, but he's still technically an entrant in this.
He's taking a lot of punishment as TC, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, that devastating pat on the back from Majeikster as well was definitely left his mark.
That's the one. That's one what's done the most damage.
NRG now looking to eliminate Ellis Barker, which is, I would argue, a good strategy. I mean, Ellis, based on everybody that's in the ring, has got to be classed as a favourite right now as the former Blackheart champion in this match. Beautiful
Exactly.
body.
And also been the freshest until now.
Entrant number 7.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh, now
Ellis has a friend at last.
this is picking up. Oh dear.
I think Chilli was trying to get TC to dance with him, and he's accidentally punched him in the nose. Beautiful backhand from Chilli Heatwave. Taking the fight to NRG.
Oh, what's going to happen here?
I'm gonna say these two.
Oh my.
I mean, there's a lot of thrusting going on in that ring. Two tag teams in this match though, and so far, like we mentioned, nobody eliminated.
None at all.
Just think if Remus and Callam was on the same page, this would be very interesting having 3 teams.
He certainly would. Remus is being smart right now. He's taking his time, resting in the corner.
I think Callam is trying to wake up TC.
He needs to concentrate with the people actually in the ring, not people on the outside. Until he's in the ring, they'll be a threat. But until then,
Remus has Majeikster up. I thought he was looking for a TKO, but he's not. He's got him to the outside.
in a very risky place.
I'm going to say he needs to. He's in the danger zone. A slip or a knock or anything, and Majeikster's out of this contest. Hanging Remus up there.
I was on the outside as well from my vantage point. Is he going to go back in?
Brutal headbutt, and Majeikster has been eliminated by Remus Caine. Well, this is interesting. Making his return, not just to Blackheart. It's a little known fact is Dan James was an original member of the Blackheart roster 5 years ago, making his return to Blackheart and professional wrestling in general. He's been missing for a couple of years.
Looking to make a big impact.
Yeah, the armbar superstar makes his return at number 8. He's not making any friends by shouting at Majeikster.
Well, very smart strategy, not actually getting the ring straight away. Take your time.
Back and super kick to the back of Remus Caine.
Is Remus going? Is he going?
Dan James taking a shot at Chilli Heatwave.
Oh, Remus is gone.
Caine has been eliminated by, I believe, Ellis Barker. Majeikster gets the last laugh by walking over Remus Caine.
I know this last we've seen of that. Them
Back
two
Hamzah Musoa. Almost an Olympic slam there to Menttum.
Oh.
Dan James is not interested in anything that Barker has to offer. Low. Just a straight punt kick to the nether rounds. Dan James has knocked off Ellis Barker here.
That's a shock right there.
Chilli Heatwave though on the attack immediately at his friend's aid.
Oh.
That's it! You have nobody to cheer for now! I'm beating up everybody!
And James is explained how he's beating up everybody.
He certainly is. The proof's there. Chilli fight is staying.
Who's next? Who we got at number 9? That music is familiar.
Oh, it certainly is.
It's not you, is it?
No, I won't do such a thing as this. I've got things to do right now, so I'll leave it to it, Breezy. I'll leave it to it.
Sound. Cheers, thanks, mate. You go do. Whatever you're gonna go do. You're sitting on the stage, of course you are. Well, as action continues, Tropical Joy's here. MC2 has left the booth, sat with his protege on the stage, and I guess I'll do this on my own. Cheers, MC2.
Well, as I get myself acclimated to just being on my own now, it looks like Chilli Heatwave, Hamzah Musoa squaring off in the middle of the ring because Hamzah's taking umbrage to Chilli trying to eliminate Menttum. Chilli now fighting with chops. Big wind up, hits the ropes. And Hamzah, with the power of a backhanded strike to the backside, over the top rope and eliminated. Chilli reeling in momentum. As the countdown begins and I think momentum fully spent, not much fight there. The Chilli sends him to the outside and down to the floor.
And entry number 10. Mr. MC2.
Oh, of course. MC2 has entered the contest. I mean, he told me earlier that he hadn't, but whatever. That definitely wasn't MC2's music, as he's just taken a slight swipe at TC Thorne on the outside. Bronco Buster from Chilli Heatwave in the ring. Menttum have a swipe at the Academy on the way out as well. Chilli Heatwave, Dan James left alone in the ring as the Academy slowly start to make their way around. Dan James tried to eliminate Chilli Heatwave. Chilli hanging on. Joe just smacking TC Thorne for no apparent reason. Chilli flips his way back into the ring. A poke to the eye. Chilli's trying to eliminate Dan James, and this would be considered an upset, I think, in most people's books. Here comes entrant number 12, I think, if my math is correct. Dan James now, bit of momentum.
And entry number 11. He needs no introduction. Gung-Ho.
Out comes Gung-Ho Muttley, who's immediately stopped and has spotted MC2 and Tropical Joe on the outside of the ring. Chasing the account. Joe's in the ring at long last. MC2 crawling. Muttley drops MC2 with a clothesline. Just dropped Joe with a clothesline. Another one for MC2. That's what you get for sticking your nose in business that doesn't concern you. Massive spinebuster from Muttley to Tropical Joe. Dan James hiding behind MC2 in the corner. Gets a Muttley splash for his troubles. Spinebuster for MC2 as well. Muttley sending MC2 head first into the corner. Muttley backing up. Running knee to Dan James. Flying forearm to MC2. What are we looking to do here? 3-point stance. Shoulder tackle in the corner. Muttley on fire since coming out. Suplex to MC2. Now forearm strike to Tropical Joe. Another 3-point stance. Shoulder tackle for Joe as well.
Entrant number 12.
Oh, my mistake. It's entrance number 12 now. Well, the same music playing as earlier, so here comes Ian Creed, who takes a jab at TC Thorne on the way in. Creed makes a beeline for Muttley.
Listen, rise up. Hold him, okay? You need to get it in your head. He don't care about you. You understand that? You understand that, guys? He don't care.
Muttley was trying to plead his case from that inadvertent strike earlier that was caused by MC2. Muttley does have a point, but Ian Creed struggling to see that. And now the Academy 3-on-1 assaulting Gung-Ho Muttley, while Dan James is trying to eliminate Chilli. The far corner from me right now. Chilli hanging precariously. Chilli fighting with all he can. Dan James now wrenching at the beard. James looks like he's got a reverse chin lock, just squeezing the life out of Chilli Heatwave. Unlucky number 13. MC2 getting out of dodge. Joe also. And here he comes, the returning Henri Winter. He was aiming for Dan James there, I think, but just smashed Chilli in the corner. Winter making a beeline, gets rid of Dan James through the middle rope. Chilli just smashed TC again.
What's this, eh?
Sorry, it was Creed that smashed Chilli. I have no idea what I said. No, he didn't smash Chilli. Oh, losing the plot. MC2 back on the stage where he sort of belongs. He should be sat at the side of me. Look at this match. Body slam from Winter to Joe as Muttley's teeing off on Ian Creed. Winter sends Joe out. Muttley's eliminated Creed.
Creed have been eliminated.
MC2 left alone. Dan James though sneaking in from behind as MC2 brought in the hard way by Muttley and Winter. Winter sending Chilli into Dan James as Gung-Ho Muttley sends MC2 aeroplane spinning. Ten revolutions. And MC2's dangerous part of town is over the top rope. Muttley's on his backside. Winter though with a hard truth drops MC2. Ian Creed now checking on his fallen mentor or teacher, professor, whatever the hell he is. I think Dan James was just sent under the bottom rope by Henri Winter, I believe.
And entrant number 13. He's your Unleashed champion, Leone.
Out comes the Unleashed champion, Billy O'Keefe, who stomps TC back down to the floor. We've only had one Show Some Heart winner before, and that was Billy O'Keefe. Billy looking to go back to back. Massive pump kick dropping Henri Winter. If anybody's capable of winning this a second time, it's Billy O'Keefe. O'Keefe sending out Chilli Heatwave, who's had an impressive performance. Winter though looking for hard truth. I think he only got half of it. I don't think he got as much as he wanted. Big vertical suplex has caused a stop to any momentum that O'Keefe had entering this. Winter though, you can see from his facial expression, feeling the effects of that pump kick. Dan James is explaining to the referee that he'd gone under the ropes, so he's still in this match. I think the letter must have been stood at the other side. Muttley now with forearm shivers to the Unleashed champion, Billy O'Keefe. Saving face from the Unleashed champion. Normally that would be pinfall 1, 2, 3. Billy now taking the opportunity to flex those biceps. Charging back elbow. Gives Henri Winter. One has to wonder how Winter's going to fare in this match. He came out number 13. But after a long layoff, wonder how much ring rust he's on. The big man.
Entrant number 15.
This is a surprise. From the vault of Blackheart Wrestling, out comes Yorkshire Lucha. Yorkshire Lucha, as you see him dropping Dan James and Billy O'Keefe with clotheslines. Is he hugging Henri Winter, or is he looking to belly-to-belly suplex him? I think Winter's trying to explain, yeah, maybe let's not do that. Just to explain a little bit about Yorkshire Lucha, as you see him body slam Gung-Ho Muttley. He teamed up a while back with Lost Luchadors to take on the Society on a charity show that he organised himself. And he's back in Blackheart for the first time in about 3 years. Suplex from Billy O'Keefe to Yorkshire Lucha. Not sure how used he is to that. And just like that, the only champion has sent the Yorkshire Lucha out of here. O'Keefe now with a beautiful drop kick on Gung-Ho Muttley. Henri Winter looking to eliminate Dan James. Muttley spinebuster to O'Keefe. Dan James fighting back now against Henri Winter in the other corner. Looks like TC stirring as well, that's nice. Maybe he'll finally get into the ring.
Entrant number 16. Make some noise for Leone.
Shelby says make some noise for Leone Rose. The crowd go wild, and making a return to action at Blackheart is Leone Rose. She got a late spotter as well. Goes straight after the Unleashed champion Billy O'Keefe with a nice head kick. Just a thrust kick as well to drop Dan James. Really stomping on the back of Billy O'Keefe. One would have to think if Leone can call this massive round kick there, stumbling the Unleashed champion. Just to say, if Leone can eliminate Billy O'Keefe from this match, then perhaps she'd be considered #1 contender. I mean, Gung-Ho Muttley realised that, you see Leone there apologising for hitting him, realises it's all fair in love and war, especially when there's a #1 contendership title opportunity, at Blackheart 4 on the line in this match. That's backflip from Muttley, but gets dropped from Leone. He's making a point that the girl's standing tall, but then just like that, Dan James just absolutely dastardly from behind, cheap shot. Now Dan James looking to eliminate Leone Rose. Pushing with all his might, but Leone manages to swing a leg. Breaks that grip of Dan James, but a clubbing blow drops Leone.
Entrant number 17.
Well, it looks like Billy O'Keefe is going to have some support. Playtime Mafia at full strength as Jayrow Lewis super kicks TC into oblivion under the desk. It's a good time for O'Keefe for Jester to come out. It's a late number, and these two, in theory, if they team up, they could eliminate the rest of them. See an ace crusher from Jayrow Lewis. If these two team up now and eliminate the field, one would have to imagine these two could walk to a Blackheart Championship match. Now, obviously, that would raise some questions. Who's going to take that opportunity? Jayrow Lewis was the Unleashed champion, lost it to Billy O'Keefe, wasn't involved in that decision though. Billy did pin Sammy Blue, but Billy's a former Blackheart champion as well, so we'll have to keep up with how that develops, assuming that those two do actually team up and get to the final. Leone now taking some cheap shots at Dan James's revenge from earlier. Playtime Mafia working to get rid of Gung-Ho Muttley in this corner. Muttley trying to fight back. Leone now has Dan James in trouble. Over the top. Dan James doing all he can to cling on. Dan James nearly out. Managed to hook his bottom leg. Sorry, hook his left leg around that bottom rope. Jayrow Lewis has Muttley in trouble as well. Muttley on the apron. Managed to dive back in. Out of... Here we go. Sammy Blue on his way. And it's fair to say that he has one thing on his mind, and that's revenge against the Playtime Mafia. We saw Jayrow Lewis smash Sammy Blue in the mouth earlier on this show. Sammy Blue coming in, drop kicks for the Playtime Mafia. Hug with Muttley. Friends at last had a lovely kiss. Oh. Muttley managing to pull Sammy out of the way of that shot from Keef. Super kick from Muttley to Jayrow Lewis. Beautiful drop kick from Sammy Blue. Muttley now striking Jayrow Lewis. A strike from Muttley. Sammy Blue using the cannonball in the corner. And now inviting Leone. Oh, I think Muttley was considering a kiss until he realised that maybe Leone Rose might have something to say about that. Winter and Leone now looking to maybe team up to get rid of Dan James. Muttley looking to get rid of Jayrow Lewis. I think Muttley and Muttley just give Jayrow a shock, while Winter and Leone Rose are constantly shocking Dan James with knife-edge chops. Jayrow Lewis willing to fight with Leone Rose after Billy O'Keefe was caught in two minds whether or not he could. Pushes Jayrow out of the way. Low bridge, Leone Rose is out of here. O'Keefe managing to eliminate Leone without actually hitting her. But he did get a stiff shot to the midsection from Winter. O'Keefe sent out of here. Jayrow Lewis managing to hang on to Billy though. Winter again sending O'Keefe out of here. But once again, Billy hanging on. Sammy Blue looking to eliminate Jayrow Lewis. Number 19 is coming from the crowd. You can't see this from my perspective, but there you see in the corner of your shot now, Liam Ledger has come from the crowd in surprise of his son. I think looking to hit a slingshot clothesline there was Ledger and Muttley. I think Muttley socked Jayrow in the face with a right hand. Dan James now though taking advantage of that distraction, just sending Ledger chest first at the top row. Muttley and Keef fighting in the background of your picture. Ledger hanging on. Now into the corner now. Dan James just taking umbrage with the fight that's in. What I'm assuming he assumes he's just a fan from the crowd. Winter now sends Jayrow Lewis into the top turnbuckle. Dan James has just sent Ledger over the top row. And again, the Dick Dastardly of professional wrestling. The armbar superstar Dan James being the spoiler of everybody's fun in this match. Beautiful double suplex from Sammy Blue and Muttley. Here Jayrow Lewis is in trouble and shouting for Billy O'Keefe's help, but he's managed to get there after that double suplex attempt. I'm glad I've just heard the crowd chant, "Come on, TC." I completely forgot he was laid out in front of the announce desk. I blame Shelby, she sat to my right. He's actually in front of her. Billy looking for an enziguri there. Winter had his arms up, I think, not necessarily preempting that. I think Billy just threw himself at Winter. Got caught. Roaring forearm from the Unleashed Champions. Dropped Henri Winter. That's the second time. As we hear the announcement, Killjoy is the 20th and final entrant. I would ask MC2, now that we know all 20 entrants, who his pick is, but I mean, he got dropped on his head and we haven't seen him since. Killjoy having a fight with Jayrow Lewis. That's a story of the spring. Beautiful combination from Killjoy. Sends Billy O'Keefe into Jayrow Lewis and kicks Jayrow in the face, causing Jayrow to DDT his partner. Eat defeat to Dan James. Muttley, I think, is still not sold on this new attitude from Killjoy. Smashes him straight in the jaw. That full Nelson slam that he likes to apply. And there's one for Sammy Blue as well. The people still aren't sold on Killjoy. Out comes O'Keefe. Jayrow Lewis kicking Killjoy in the face. Sorry, I was just listening to what Jayrow was saying to the crowd here. Trying to put a little bit of respect on Killjoy's name for him. I don't necessarily think that's on purpose. I think he just likes to stick it to the crowd. Jayrow in trouble. Sammy Blue has him on the teeter on the outside. And Killjoy looking to enter this as well. Billy drops Killjoy though. Sammy Blue being dumped over the top. Hanging on by an arm. Sliding dropkick. Sammy Blue has been eliminated from this contest. O'Keefe and Jester Jayrow having the last laugh with Sammy Blue again, but Gung-Ho Muttley calling out the Playtime Mafia and drops both of them with clotheslines. Muttley now, Dan James on his shoulders, looking to an airplane spin. Five rotations for Dan James. Is it O'Keefe's turn to go spinning? Five rotations for O'Keefe as well. Who's next? I think Henri Winter just sent Jayrow into that. Five rotations. I mean, Muttley, I don't think he realises who that was. Potentially due to the disorientation. I mean, that is what, 20 rotations plus the 10 earlier on MC2. That's 30 he's done. Good effort by Muttley. Oh, I thought maybe again the aeroplane spin has come to ruin Muttley. It's not the first time that's happened. Muttley fights his way back in. But Dan James eliminates Gung-Ho Muttley. Calling Muttley a dweeb. Beautiful jumping knee strike from Gerald. Lewis is also eliminated Killjoy. Winter, I believe, has been left all alone with the Playtime Mafia and Dan James. Dan James may be looking to rally the troops here. Muttley sending TC. Completely forgot about him. TC finally entering this match. Dan James with an arm breaker. And immediately out. I mean, to be fair to TC, technically speaking, this match has been going about 46 minutes, 47 minutes. He's probably hit the longest overall entrant in this match. He did come in at number 3. Dan James has just sent the Playtime Mafia to assault Henri Winter. It looks as though he may be trying to pull a fast one on the Playtime Mafia and not actually get involved in that fight, but he did. Maybe just a step off the mark, perhaps. Dan James now saying what he's going to do. He's going to clothesline Henri Winter over the top. Winter fighting back there. Low bridge. Dan James eliminated. And this time he didn't go under the bottom rope. Dan James is trying to say so he landed on one foot. He's trying to call an Uno reversal. Neil not having any of it. Dan James is trying to get back in the ring. Dan James is still arguing that he's not being eliminated. We saw it clear as day. Henri Winter low bridges. But still, the numbers advantage is with the Playtime Mafia. Yes, the size is on the side of Henri Winter. Looking at choke slam Jayrow Lewis, or choke bomb perhaps. But here comes Billy O'Keefe from behind. I think, just realised that was with the title belt. Billy just hit Winter in the back and then in the face with the Unleashed Championship. Well, this match is definitely... This match is definitely with the Playtime Mafia right now. Henri Winter, after 7-month layoff, has now had his cranium cracked with the Unleashed Championship. All that's left to do is get the elimination, but somehow, some way, Winter managing to get a back elbow. Sending Jayrow up, over. Billy O'Keefe just eliminated Jayrow Lewis. And Henry Winter then eliminates Billy O'Keefe. Playtime Mafia look to have this in the bag, and Henry Winter has found a way to eliminate both members. Now the question is, Henry Winter has booked his date at Blackheart 4. Who will be Blackheart champion on that day? We know that Henry Winter will hope that it's Andrew Jepson. Guess the question is now, who's going to hold their nerve? And again, I don't think you can see from your angle. I can see it clear as day. Winter is eyeballing Jepson on the gantry here, who's holding the Blackheart Championship in the face. You see him there gesturing in 2 months' time, that's mine. Pointing at the Blackheart Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Breezy in the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 months' time, Blackheart 4, Henry Winter versus Andrew Jepson for the Blackheart Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Breezy in the booth. MC2 got his backside handed to him earlier. But I want to thank you all for joining us. To show some heart. We'll see you next month. But hold your nerve.